el oro, 330, 3300. En la 15. Saludos, Alberto. Bienvenido al show. Bienvenido. Dos minutos. 2 minutos. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the Watch Market Update Show. You know, as I have been taught by my manager, my family member, Joaquin to you, Kino to me, has told me that when we start the show, he wants me to always tell you guys to please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like our video. It's help us out. It really does help us out grow more, and people get to see us around the world. The algorithm. So it does help us out. So please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Right, guys? So let's get into the Watch Market Update Show. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys is, if you are following gold at the price of the ounce today is at $3,330 an ounce. So just in case you guys are, following that subject of, metal, that metal, what's going on, right, guys? I mean, I'm following it like you won't believe it. And as soon as it jumps up, I'm gonna cash in a couple of coins, right, guys? The other thing I want to tell you guys is, with the situation of tariffs in the United States and around the world, the United States administration has come to some kind of an agreement with China and with India. There still are, they're still talking about it. They got some things to, these greasy, stuff they have to, settle first. What other things are happening around the world. So, they're trying to come into an agreement, and I think it's a good idea that they do come into some kind of an agreement. Everything is happening at the same time. Everything is happening at the same time, and if you're smart and you read between the lines, you're gonna understand what's happening. Also, Iran's supreme leader. Iran's supreme leader has come out from hiding. He reemerged. He came out. They say he looks a little bit banged up and a little bit tired. I imagine he was hidden somewhere very, very secretive, and he just came out. So you know how that is. Those things are kind of like I said, greasy and oily. To understand the owners of the world. It's just all as you can see. China, India, tariffs. The Ayatollah has reemerged, from hiding. You follow me? Follow me? Gold is right there. It doesn't move because I'm gonna catch the wave. I'm telling you, I'm gonna catch the wave. I'm gonna get on that wave, and I'm not gonna get off until the wave dies out. Right? With gold. Ladies and gentlemen, this country of ours, is always looking for a way to distract us. They're always having a distraction for us, you know. And it's every 10, 15 years they come out with something new, you know, something new. You know, back in the late 70s, you know, they came out with this Rubik's Cube, you know, to get your mind, you know, from looking at too much at the news, reading the paper, distraction, you know. Rubik's Cube, you know, that little game, you would try to figure it, red, green, yellow, purple, you know, like a little box, you know. They had that game going on, and, you know, they got you with that distraction, you know, like the Romans, you know, with Julius Caesar, when the people will get restless, you know, when they will get restless and they will get jumpy, they will send them to the Colosseum so they can see a couple of lions, you know, ripping up something, you know, distraction, you know. This is how this works. The same thing, you know, with the Romans over there in the Colosseum, with Julius Caesar eating grapes, same thing, you know, just, you know, different times, you know. So they had the Rubik's Cube, and then they came out some years later with the, you know, cabbage, you know, the cabbage patch, you know, the cabbage patch, you know, again, another distraction. People were going crazy. This is in the 80s. People were paying $100 for a little cabbage thing, you know. People were fighting father for Christmas, punching each other. Unbelievable, these people, you know, the distraction they do to us. I'm talking to you something serious so you understand how this works. You know, I'm going to give you a watch market update. You know, today is the Jiminy Cricket Chia Pet Spray Can Hair watch market update. I'm going to give you that. But first you have to hear this because I'm dropping knowledge and you need to learn. You know, you need to learn. No puedes seguir de lambones y de sapos. So they did that, the cabbage patch, and people went crazy. I'm trying to show you what the owners of the world do to us, you know, to keep us distracted so we don't ask too many questions, you know, so we don't get restless and jumpy, you know. They do all these things, you know. So they had the Rubik's Cube, and then they had, you know, the cabbage patch, and then they took out another one that I remember. It was called Tickle Me Elmo. You know, Tickle Me Elmo. People were going crazy. People were spending millions and billions of dollars on all these gadgets to keep us occupied, you know. It's unbelievable what they will do, what this government does with us. You know, they distract us with these toys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, they have a new one. You know, I told you about Rubik's Cube. I told you about the Cabbage Patch. I told you about Tickle Me Elmo. And I'm going to tell you today. You heard it here today from me. So you say, you know what, man? I heard it from this guy. Este tipo es una jodienda. He tells you like it is. You're going to hear today about La Boo-Boo. La Boo-Boo. You know? La Boo-Boo. You know? Okay, you want to hear Beanie Babies? Okay, Beanie Babies 2 was another distraction. You know, in 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. You understand? Are you getting it? You know, do you understand what I mean? You know, because I got to keep on teaching you people what they do to us, what the owners of the world do to us, the way they attack us. And there's nobody out there that's going to talk like me. There's not going to be nobody like me because I'm stupid like that. I talk that way. So now it's La Boo-Boo. Write it down so you know you heard it here first. It's called La Boo-Boo. You know, this is a little toy. Listen to this. A little toy, you know, small little toy, like a little keychain. You know, people put it. Woman, man, kids, everybody wants it. Even a man. You know, even Sweet Kid Kino wants one too. Unbelievable, but you, ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy what they do to us. These subliminal MK Ultra mind games they play with you is unbelievable. And me, they play with me. But the only thing is that I am awakened. I put on my glasses to really see everything around me. And the new toy, write it down, is called La Boo-Boo. La Boo-Boo. You want me to spell it for you? It's spelled L-A-B-U-B-U. B as in boy. U as in university. B as in boy. U.S. and university is the new thing to distract us, to keep our minds busy so we don't ask questions. You know, when the government does a lot of crazy things, they start doing things for us, distractions. Don't think for a moment that those sports games that you look at, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, tennis, soccer, that's to keep your mind busy. And you don't notice you're getting this deep. You understand me? There's not a channel like this one. I'm going to cover everything. You know, local, international, global, everything. You know, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I already told you China and India are coming to an agreement with the United States in the tariffs. You know, the Ayatollah has re-emerged. You know, he came out from hiding. You know, he was over there somewhere, you know, down there. You know, he came back out. You know, he came back out. You follow me? And now you have La Boo. Like the same way you have Beanie Babies, Cabbage Patch, Rubik's Cube, Tickle Me Elmo is a distraction to get us all sleeping. And we don't ask too many questions because they don't want us to ask any questions. You know, you understand me? I'm trying to give you an explanation. Let me drink a little bit of jungle juice so I can get more, you know? Look at this. 16 organic subscribers, 7 thumbs up. Unbelievable. And they stay there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I try to help you people out. You know, I give you free information. You people have to go out there and pay the fake Italian, flat top monkey eyebrows, our membership fees, so he can BS you for a while and you guys pay him. Me, I give it to you for real and I get this. You understand me? But that's all right. My time will come. I'm telling you people, you need to watch the network. I'm telling you, we have rules in this channel. We have rules, not suggestions, rules. If you don't know this, there was a young little boy from the Bronx in New York City, and he went to the first day of school, and they gave him rules before he started school. They told him he had to wear his uniform, pair of pants blue, red shirt, you know, pair of shoes, and socks. And when he went to school, he had the pair of socks. One was red and one was white. And you know what they did to the little boy that he was excited to go to school? They sent him home because his socks didn't match. Because that school had rules, not suggestions. Y ustedes lambones no entienden eso porque son unos gilipollas. You understand? We have rules in this channel. We have rules that you guys gotta get smart. This is why they keep on doing this to you. When I give you today the watch market update from Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, you're not gonna believe this. I can't even believe it. It's disgusting because they don't have no respect for you guys. They still believe that the government is still giving free money. SBA loans, PPP loans, you know, stimulus checks, government grants. If you have a big company, your company, and you don't have no more money to pay your employees, the government would ask you how much is your, you know, you pay your employees here a year. And they say, I pay my employees $6 million. The government will write a check for $6 million and give it to you. And you will take the $6 million and you go buy a richer mill for $500,000. Como un lambón. Como un lambón. You understand me? I know what I'm trying to tell you because I need to wake you up because these people, they are taking a little advantage of you, a step, The only thing they need to do is take a little step ahead of you and they got you deep, deep, deep. And I'm not going to permit that. I won't permit that. I won't permit that, ladies and gentlemen. So you know what's going on. The new toy is called La Boo Boo. 18 organic subscribers, 8 thumbs up. You know why? Because the other 8 son unos lambones. They're spooking. My friend tells me always, Juan, you need to keep it simple. And I gotta tell my friend today, I can't keep it simple. This is the only way you're gonna understand. It's unbelievable. It's they come to our channel to come and spook and learn. Remember, this channel doesn't have the same, freedom, the same freedom that the other ones have. Because the other ones just talk BS to you, and they're selling straps and doing reviews on watches so they get the door open and people get to see them. My people, you gotta come over here because they got me, when you go to your room and you lock the door, you understand me? Read between the lines. And if you don't understand somebody, please help them out. I can't help them out too much because, se jode esto. I've dropped too much knowledge. I'm not supposed to be telling you these things. You don't remember that guy, the masked magician, from the late 80s? That he told everybody how the illusion was done. But I'm that person. The only thing is I don't have a mask on. I say it and that's it. Okay, let's go. Let's give you the watch market update. Porque ustedes son unos lambones. That's what you guys like, It's unbelievable. When I give you this watch market update, it's going to knock your socks off and blow your hair back twice. No te metas aquí, no te metas. Déjalo. And here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Jiminy Cricket Chia Pet Spray Can Hair Watch Market Update. He is our sponsor. He is our sponsor. And the first watch is an Aramas Piquet Royal Oak Offshore. They call this watch the Survivor. Back in my time, the big watch, 44 inches, the Survivor, that Arnold strong guy, It's unbelievable, that watch. I used to wear them all. I still have a couple of those somewhere in my house, somewhere. They're on there, I have a Safari and I have a stainless steel one too that I don't, put on no more. But it's unbelievable, it's crazy, This watch is like, Arnold, whatever you call that guy, the strong guy, The Barbaby, I don't know, Conan the Barbaby, whatever you call him, Reference number 2616510. I repeat, 2616510. 42 millimeter. Retail price of that watch. It's unbelievable, the retail price. I'm going to give it to you because I'm stupid like that. It's $42,700. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair, has a price on that watch of $23,950. And I'm going to tell all of you, you do whatever you want with your money. You do whatever you want with your money. You continue giving it away to them. That's all right. Give it away to them. But to the ones that are listening to me, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more than $18,400. And okay, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, again, our sponsor, Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair Watch Market Update. Sponsored by them. AP Royal Oak. Khaki, khaki green. Rose gold. Reference number 26240OR. Believable, 41 millimeter. This is sickening, ladies and gentlemen. This is sickening, because they still want to continue living that lifestyle. They don't want to get off the Range Rover. They don't want to get off the Range Rover. They want to continue riding around the Range Rover on your children's tuition money. On your children's tuition money, porque ustedes son unos lambones. Sometimes Kino tells me, listen to me, cuz, in Spanish, He tells me, cuz, these people, leave them alone. They deserve that. They deserve it, and that's it. This is what they like, and that's it. In their mind, it's what it is. It's like buying a la bubu, la bubu. If I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I know where I left it off. It's the Royal Oak Khaki Green dial, 26240. Hold on for a second. Going back to la bubu. If I tell you what a la bubu is selling for, if anybody out there knows, because I want them to put it up first before I say it, so they won't say I'm BSing. I'm not the worst fat bastard, I'm not Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, I'm not the hungry hippo Mr. Magoo. You understand me? I'm not the fake Italian flat top monkey eyebrows. I'm going to say things the way they are. You see, I said all this. Nobody has put a price up because nobody knows. Nobody knows about la boo-boo. La boo-boo. You know what? You know how much they're selling? You know how much they're selling that? Pretty soon you're going to see Deputy Boxing Black Eyes and the hungry hippo Mr. Magoo selling that la boo-boo. You know how much they're asking? They're asking for a la boo-boo little toy. $349. $500. $700. Papi, do you understand what I'm saying? You don't understand. You don't understand. They're not like us. They're not like us. Did you hear that? Google it and look what it is. Es un peluche. Un peluche, lambón. Un peluche. You can play with it. Look what this man Alberto's putting there. Listen to him. Listen to Alberto, what he just put down. You see, and the people put la boo-boo, la boo-boo in their Hermes bags. Are you hearing that? Hermes bags, the bags that had a problem with people complaining that the bags were made in China. The pieces, you understand? All the hardware was made in China. Now they got la boo-boo that you can put it in the Hermes bag, that you can put it in la Prada bag, and you can put it in your Christian Dior bag. Papi, this is unbelievable what's going on. It's sickening. It's sickening. You know what it is to pay, Papa, this is something like this. $700. Déjalo tranquilo. AP Royal Oak Khaki Green dial. Rose Gold 26240 41 millimeter. Jiminy Cricket. The Chia Pet Spray Can here has a price in that watch that he's asking you guys. $81,950. This man thinks that you guys still have SBA loans, that you guys still have PPP loans, government grants, stimulus checks, La leche de los niños, la toma, milk. For the babies, you have that money still because they want that money. They want it from you. They want your wife's 401k because they took already your 401k porque tú eres un lambón. And I'm going to tell you, he's asking $81,950. Don't pay for that watch. Don't be a lollipop sucker. Don't be a Don't be a crayon eater. Don't be a tomato can. Don't be a crumb bum. Don't be a possum kicker. Don't be a cow tipper. Don't be a Palmolive dish licker. Mr. Donald just says $75,000. Mr. Donald, don't pay for that watch more. Don't pay more than $69,500. And done. Okay, there it is. You got that one? You like it? You like it? Ding, 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 ding. How it is. That's how it is. How it is. That's how it is. I have to do this for you guys. You know, my time is almost over. Our next watch is a Rolex Platinum Daytona diamond bezel pave dial, blue gauges, unbelievable looking time machine, 40 millimeter, unbelievable, reference number 116576 TBR. Unbelievable looking time machine, ladies and gentlemen. Stop being lollipop suckers, man. Stop being window lickers, man. Stop it already, man. Stop it. O sea, lambones. You know, pretty soon your wives are gonna look at you like lambones and palomos. And the Jiminy Cricket. You know, Jiminy Cricket is unbelievable. He has a price tag on that watch of $245,995. This guy's out of his mind. Out of his mind. Out of his mind. 2 months ago, 90 days ago, I was telling you people don't pay for that watch more than $185,000. Listen and learn. It's for free. It's for free. No membership here. No nothing here. Nothing. We don't want to buy your watch, sell you any gear. Nothing. I told you what price I was giving 90 days ago. He's asking $245,995. As you know, I say prices here for real, not Mickey Mouse. We've been chosen as the #1 watch market update show in the world by no other than Fudinky. Fudinky. You know who Fudinky is? You Google it. You Google it. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm stupid like that, and I'm going to have to give you the numbers. They are accurate for real. Don't pay for that Rolex Platinum Daytona. Mr. Donut, this is a Platinum Daytona with diamond bezel, baguettes bezel, pave dial, full of little diamonds, blue gauges, platinum. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean this, don't pay for that watch more than $215,000. And le tiro, le doy. Okay? I say it is the way it is. That's it. Get it through your head. Get it through your head. The watch market is dead. Get it through your head. Do you understand how many days are left before we get to the month of July? Next Friday, get it through your head. Next Friday is July the 4th. Next Friday is July the 4th. Right? July the 4th. Next Friday. No sean lambones. You understand what these people are doing to you? They have open doors so everybody can see them. Me, I have closed doors. You understand me? Nobody can see me because lock them up. I can get deeper into this, but they'll do this to me. Ready? And I don't want that to happen, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore Diver Blue Dial. Reference number 15720ST, 42 millimeter. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair out of the stable. of Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. You know, his sidekick. You know, sidekick. He did that thing. He put plugs in his head. You know, and now he has like a little Charlie Brown haircut. You know, you understand what I'm trying to say? He has for that watch a price of $28,995. And I'm gonna tell you because I'm stupid like that. Because I'm stupid. Don't pay for that watch. Does anybody have an idea how much I'm gonna say not to pay for that watch? Any idea? No? Wow, Mr. Donut, you hit it right in the head. Like right, not 21,500. Don't pay more than $21,000. That's what you said, right? 21? Don't pay more than $21,000. Mr. Donut hit it right in the head. Tang! Tang! And he's asking you for that watch. Es que es una locura. He's asking you for that watch $29,000. And I'm telling you not to pay 21. They want you to pay for their children's activities, maintain their storefronts, pay for their cars, pay for their insurance, pay for their private schools. You understand me? On your children's dime. That's unbelievable. I said $21,000 and Mr. Donut said $21,000. Mr. Donut said $21,000. That's crazy, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about something that these people out of that stable, where Deputy Boxing Black Eyes is at, the Puerto Rican Charlie Brown, Dora the Explorer, you know what I'm saying? That stable over there. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair, they have there the mad scientist, a new kid they have there. He looks like the mad scientist. He works out of that stable too. And these people, if you don't know this, you're going to know it today because I'm stupid like that. There is one watch model from one watch factory that they're banking. And they're giving it to you deep, deep, and deep. But I'm going to open the can of worms. I'm going to open it up today for you guys. And this model is called the AP, Armas Piquet. Code, code, C-O-D-E, code 1159. They're sapping you people out there, sapping you people out there. And they know it. They know it because the discount on that watch is 60, 70% off. Nobody wants those dogs. With all due respect to that beautiful luxury watch brand, Audemars Piguet. But nobody wants those dogs. And they know it. They know that's where the big money is at. But you 23 organic watch channel subscribers are lucky, that you have me. You guys are privileged, privilegiado. Privileged that you have me. Don't be afraid. Don't run. Stay there. Don't leave. You're there. You're spooking. Don't worry about it. No sea tan miserable. So they know that AP code 1159, big money, big discount. And they can saff you. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they have this white gold. Reference number 15210BC. Code 1159. A la orden, manito. A la orden, papá. Es un privilegio para mí, de verdad que sí. A la orden. Just came out of character. Salí de carácter. I came out of character. Let me go back. So it's the 1159. White gold. I can't go back to character now. What happened there? Reference number 15210BC, 41 millimeter. 41. Listen and learn, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let them get you taken. Don't let them get you taken. This is where they make their big money. Big money right here. They're like this now. They're going, shit. Gotta shoot. You know, that's what they're going at now. So this watch, Jiminy Cricket, has a price on this watch. This retail price on this watch is $34,400. I'm even going to give you the retail price because you need it. $34,400. Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can here, is asking $22,000. To be exact, $21,995. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $16,500. Damn! You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. I'm going to continue with this flim flam watch model that they're giving it to you. Deep. Deep. I'm going to give it to you. This is another AP. Cold 1159. Unbelievable. Chronograph. White gold with black ceramic. You know, sandwich. You know? Black gold and black ceramic in the middle. Sandwich. You know what a sandwich is? You know, sandwich. You know, salami, bologna, and cheese. You know? Sandwich. Mortadella. And this is an unbelievable watch. Listen and learn. Listen and learn. Reference number is 26393, N as in Nancy, B as in boy. Look for it, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this retail price. It's unbelievable. $49,700. That is the retail price of that watch model. You understand me? So así, Alberto. So así. That is the retail price of that watch. Jiminy Cricket is asking, listen and learn, he's asking for that watch. And if you don't believe me, go to their channel, leave this channel. I'll keep on talking by myself. I don't care. I just record it and I upload it tomorrow again. I don't care. Leave if you don't want to be here no more. But you want to go see it, you go to Jiminy Cricket. You go over there. I said, para ese carajo. I don't care. He's asking you for that watch, for that sandwich. Cold 1159 chronograph. Unbelievable. He's asking $27,995. That's right. You know, the sandwich. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $22,000. You do whatever you want. You know what? You don't even deserve that I give you a drop. My God, you hit it again. Mr. Donut, I just said $22,000. Mr. Donut, I just said $22,000. I just finished saying $22,000 and Mr. Donut again hit it in the head. Hit it in the head. Two for two. This is where they make their big money. This is a watch that nobody wants. If you want it because you like it, and you're not worrying if you're gonna make money or you're gonna lose money, by all means, buy the watch. Buy the watch. Compra el reloj. Si a ti te gusta el reloj, cómpralo. If you like the watch, you buy it. I'm saying it in Spanish and English. If you like the watch and you don't care losing money and you're not buying it as an investment, then buy it. It's a beautiful watch. It's a beautiful watch. But if you're looking, you know, because you want to make some money, there's no meat left in the bone in that watch. It's a bone, a big bone. You know the bone that the guy from that steakhouse, you know, the guy that wears the paddock, the white t-shirt, the sunglasses, he's like around 4 feet, 11 inches. And he's and he does a steak, and he puts salt in the steak and the food, and then he puts a bone in your mouth. Well, that's the bone that's left for that cold 1159. So bone, that's what's there, a bone. I already told you the price. I told you what's happening. Exactly, Mr. Donut. Salt Bay, that guy. You know, he's already in bankruptcy. You know, he flam everybody. He's driving around a Bugatti. You know, unbelievable. You know, it's over. You know, it's over. He tried to get into the Champions League in the championship game, over there in Francia, GSP, PSG, the French team, and they threw him out. He's a bum, He's a bum. He's not a contender no more. He's a bum. You understand me? Exactly. He doesn't have it no more. They took it away from him. Get out of here. That's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, these people from the stable of Deputy Boxing Black Eyes are in, wait till you hear the watch. These people, there would have been a cold day in hell before they would have talked about this watch. The only watches they talked about in the Corona era, the Corona beer era, it was Rolex, AP, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille. Those people. They wouldn't even talk about Bacheron Constantin. No. Breguet. No. It was Richard Mille, AP, Patek Philippe, and Rolex. Today, when you hear what they are offering, it's like an embarrassment. They're talking about a Harry Winston. Harry Winston, they make beautiful earrings, beautiful, rings, bracelets, necklaces. Harry Winston, unbelievable, that Harry Winston. They're unbelievable. But they do a couple of watches, a couple of flim flam watches, a couple of dog with fleas. They do dog with flea watches. And they have this Harry Winston. It's called the Ocean Project Z6. Cheap. Trailer. Cheap. Ocean Project. Z as in zoo, 6 as in the number 6. The Alarm. Salim. Jiminy Cricket is asking for that watch. $12,950. It's an embarrassment. It's trying to catch the bottom. It's going to catch the bottom. The bottom fishing. Bottom fishing. Shh. Fishing. Bottom is all the way in the bottom. Dead. You see somebody with that watch and you run to the hills. Run to the hills. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for that Harry Winston, it's unbelievable, what these people come up. Reference number R400/MMAC442CK. He's asking $12,950. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do what? This is garbage. This is garbage. I don't even want to give you the price. I don't want to give you the price, but I have to give it to you. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $8,500. I feel bad giving you that price, but I have to give it to you. I have to. Because, you people ask me, you send me messages, please give us the Jiminy Cricket Cheetah Pet Spray Can Hair Watch Market Update. I'm giving it to you because I'm stupid like that. I'm giving it to you for free. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a watch that is pretty sad. Look at that. I wouldn't pay more than $6,000. But you're wrong. I wouldn't pay more than $4,000. But I have to give you the numbers, man. I have to. But I wouldn't pay $4,000 for that watch. That's all I got to say. So I'm sorry, Mr. Donor, but this is true. Scout's honor. I wouldn't. Ladies and gentlemen, you had to hear this, When Kino told me to look at this, I looked at it and I laughed because he comes out, Jiminy Cricket, the Cheetah Pet Spray Can Hair out of the stable, Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, Charlie Brown, the Puerto Rican Charlie Brown, Dora the Explorer, the Mad Scientist, You seen the mad scientist? The new kid that I there is called the mad scientist. It's unbelievable. What a resemblance that kid has. The new kid, the mad scientist. And ladies and gentlemen, he was talking about a Patek Philippe, complications, unbelievable. Perpetual calendar, chronograph, 5970, platinum. I repeat to you, 5970 platinum. Unbelievable watch. Unbelievable watch. I mean, if you don't have, until you have a watch that has a leather strap in your collection, then you are a real watch collector. But you have to have a leather strap watch in your collection. And this is a monster watch. This is a monster watch. It's unbelievable. It's a complication, perpetual calendar, chronograph, 5970, but platinum. Platinum. Unbelievable watch, ladies and gentlemen. The retail price of this watch is $150,800. Unbelievable. What's more unbelievable than this is that he sits in front. These TVs of YouTube, you can be whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. I can say right now, I have in my garage a Bugatti that cost me $18 million. And people out there are so naive, they believe it. It's like that. And this gentleman, when he's talking about this Patek Philippe, Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, it's an embarrassment. It's embarrassing. I get embarrassed for them. He talks about the watch, the 5970. Be patient. It's all right. We have all night. 5970 platinum. And he's asking for this watch $312,950. You heard that right. $312,950 he's asking for that watch. For that Patek. And he says, and today, he says, you got to see the video so you can see what I'm saying. He says, and today, you know who was texting me back and forth? He says to you people, los lambones, a todos los lambones estos, unbelievable, lambones, schifo. You know what schifo is? Tú no parlas italiano. It's schifo. Please, somebody tell people out there what schifo means, Schifo. This guy's a schifo. He tells the people, today when he's doing the video, he's there recording and they take a break and he talks to his cameraman. He says, today, guess who was texting me back and forth, talking about the 5970 platinum. Does anybody know what I'm going to say? Does anybody know? Nobody knows either, right? Okay. He says to the cameraman, who was texting me back and forth? He says, Gracias. He says to him, John Mayer, dead. He was saying that John Mayer was texting back and forth with him regarding the 5970 platinum. John Mayer, he was texting him. Unbelievable, these people, because they've been so long giving it to you, they can tell you whatever they want. You go, oh my God, did you hear? Did you hear Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet spray can hair, was texting back and forth with John Mayer? Unbelievable. But true. There it is. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and if you don't believe me, please leave this channel. Go see their content. It's better than ours. My content is garbage. Go see theirs. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you the retail price is $150,800. I told you what he's asking. He's asking $312,950. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Don't pay for that watch more than $243,000. You do whatever you want. Keep on believing that he was texting back and forth with John Mayer. Keep on believing that. It's unbelievable. I'm going to tell you another one today that he said. That, you have to look at him and you go, oh my God. It's unbelievable. He's talking about a watch called by the name of F.P. Journe. F.P. Journe. Unbelievable. The chronometer, blue, RCB. Unbelievable. 39 millimeter. Believable watch. Unbelievable. You see this, the tantalum watch. The tantalum, the case is tantalum. The material, the case. Material is tantalum, Blue dial. And this Mashugana. He says, I spoke about this watch to you a couple of weeks ago. Unbelievable, man. He says, I spoke to you about this watch a couple of weeks ago. Listen and learn so you can understand how the grift works. How they hoodwink you. How these hucksters flim-flam you. How they fleece you. He says, I know I spoke to you about this same watch, but we sold that one already, and I had to buy another one right away because you guys are demanding this watch. It's the same watch. They haven't been able to dump it. They haven't been able to dump it because they're looking for, están buscando un lambón. Un maranito, They're looking for a maranito. You understand? Exactly. When they were over that, right? So he says that to you people, oh my God. Because I have to buy another one quickly. Because there's not many out there, but he finds them quickly. There are not many out there, but he finds them quickly. And ladies and gentlemen, the F.P. Journe, chronometer, blue dial, 39 millimeter, case, material, tantalum. He's asking for the watch $84,950. $84,000. Unbelievable, man. $950. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch more. You ready? You ready, Alberto? Don't pay for that watch more than $76,000. All right? You do yourself a favor. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch. Yeah, you were close. You were close. Again, Mr. Donut. I don't know what Mr. Donut's doing, but he's getting the numbers. I don't know. Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, is from him, from all the watches they had in their show. This is their last watch. I have a bonus watch for you guys still. A bonus, one bonus. It is the Patek Philippe Calatrava Pilot Travel Time Rose Gold 5524. Rose Gold. Unbelievable. Jiminy Cricket has a price for that watch of $42,950. The retail price of that watch is $63,906. I repeat, $63,906. What price do you think I'm going to tell you to pay for this watch? How much am I going to tell you to pay for this watch? How much? This is their last watch from them, from the stable of Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. You don't have an idea? Okay. Mr. Donut, want to give it a shot? Nobody knows? Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch. With a leather strap. It looks like that guy, it has like Herman the Monster has two plugs coming out of his neck. That watch. That Patek Calatrava Pilot Travel Time Rose Gold 5524. Unbelievable. Jiminy Cricket $42,950. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more than $32,000. Wow. I said 30. Mr. Donut said 30. All right, guys? That is the watch market from Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can here. I'm going to give you a bonus watch, and we're going to finish here. This is a bonus. The Adamas Piquet Royal Oak Frosted White Gold. 41 millimeters. Somebody asked me about this watch, and this is why I'm giving you the bonus. Reference number 15407BC. You know, it's a beautiful watch. It's a beautiful. The 15407. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful. You can see everything. You can see the whole. Everything. The skeleton, the heart, the organs. Unbelievable. This watch only is frosted white gold. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch. This is like a boutique piece. A boutique. You have to be big time. They take you to the back door. They take you to the back door. I don't know what they do to you back there, but they do something to you back there. Alberto, with all due respect, you cannot continue giving your money away. There's other causes you can give your money away. You can give it away to UNICEF, animal shelters, the homeless. You said 220. When I tell you what I believe you should pay and don't pay more than that, you're going to go, oh my God, here it goes. Don't pay for that watch more than $196,000. All right? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I hope you enjoyed this watch market update. I hope you enjoyed everything I had to say, to you people out there. Don't forget again to subscribe to our channel and like our video. Don't forget that. That's the least you can do for us. Listen, remember, we don't have the same thing that all these other channels have. They have open gates, open doors, You understand? Open garages. Not me. They have me. You understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Remember that all my subscribers are 1,000% organic. Only nobody gets a notification when I'm on. All right? Nobody. Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. And we also have a private watch group under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves. Scroll down to about. You'll find there Opus and Time Watches. And ask, if you can join the channel. Maybe Kino and Samantha will let you in. All right, guys? Like I say every day, take care and brush your hair. Peace.